Hi, Elena.
Hi, Daniela. How are you?
I'm good. We've been talking a bit about local and national festivals. Could you tell me about a festival or celebration that's unique to your country?
Oh, well, Daniela, I can tell you about 1,000 of them. I'm Spanish, and there in Spain, we just love being outside, and we've got any excuse to be out. So I can tell you about all the parades that happen in the south of Spain at Easter, or the parades of the Three Wise Men in January, with people throw sweeties to children, or the tomatina, where we throw tomatoes at people. But I suppose most likely I can tell you about the Run of the Bulls, which is something really famous but also controversial
Okay,
in Spain.
so what do you know about the history of the running of the bulls?
I know a bit. I don't know too much, but I know that it started because the animals were in the grounds, in the outside, in the countryside, and then they had to be taken to the main squares of the villages or the cities to be sold.
Oh.
So usually men will carry or guide the animals to the center of the cities for the markets. Also, they were using that as well as a way of what do you call it? What do you say it in English? You call it something like coming of age.
Yeah, that's it.
For the young men to prove that they were ready to be men.
So it was just men, no women?
At the beginning, only men, but more and more now, there's more women being involved as well as men.
All right, okay. So who else takes part in the festival? Is it still mostly locals, or do you think it's become more of a tourist attraction?
If you go to the very small areas, some small villages in Spain, probably local people, but more and more where it's famous, more tourists are taking part all the time. And if you think about places like San Sebastian or Pamplona, there's a lot of tourism that come for the Run of the Bulls there, yeah.
So you mentioned earlier on that it's a bit controversial. What is the opinion of people in Spain about the festival?
It's a very difficult question, Daniela, because it is dividing the population of Spain at the moment. And it didn't used to be as controversial as it is now, but there's areas of Spain who have actually forbidden the festival, in like Catalonia. And there's some people who are really against it because they say that there's a way of torturing the animals, and there's some people who are really pro the festivals because they say it's tradition and that the animals are looked after. The people that are pro the festivals, they say that that type of bull, the animals would get extinguished if they didn't keep the tradition going. Whereas the people that are against it, they say that there's other ways of making sure that the animals don't get extinguished. That is different from running of the bulls. It is really difficult.
Yeah. So if you were to change something about it, what would you change?
I suppose the main thing that I will change is making sure that both the animals and the people are protected, that they make sure that the animals are not harmed in the process, but also that the people are not injured in the process
Does
as well.
that happen? Do people get injured?
Yeah, it happens a lot, and more when alcohol is mixed with the festivals and people go partying and then get involved with the animals, which is really complicated and really dangerous. So if we could just stop the alcohol to be mixed in the festival, I'm sure that it would be beneficial for everybody.
Yeah, I think that sounds best. Okay, thanks so much, Elena.
No problem, Daniela.
See you soon.
Bye.